Welcome back. Well, picked up a little bit of pace for the mid-cap index and we've given up a little bit of losses for the Bank Nifty, so that's a positive. But the big cue today will be the RBI credit policy. To talk more about that, Pranjal Bhandari, the Chief India Economist at HSBC, joins in now. Pranjal, hi. Thanks very much for joining in this morning. What is your expectation from the RBI this time?
Yeah, good morning. So we don't expect the RBI to cut rates. In fact, we expect that this policy meeting would be in some sense the direct opposite of what happened in the last policy meeting when the RBI had cut rates but issued a rather hawkish commentary or perceived to be a hawkish commentary. This time we expect no rate cuts and we expect the commentary to be a slightly more dovish than we had seen last time. The main reason for no cut this time is the uncertainty around the system, the type of uncertainty which will get some clarity over the next 2 months, and therefore we think it's worth waiting. In the next 2 months we'll get clarity on grains, on its impact on food prices. There'll be clarity on what sort of data is coming out in the US and when could a Fed exit really start. Also we'll get clarity whether monetary transmission is happening in our country. And also finally some more clarity on growth. Currently we have extremely conflicting data on growth coming out. On the one hand, CapEx is showing some faint lift, but on the other hand, the PMI services has contracted 2 times, for 2 consecutive months in a row. So in the next 2 months, we'll get clarity on all of these, and we think it's worth waiting.
Okay, worth waiting. No rate cut today and dovish commentary from the RBI. That is the expectation from Pranjal. But let's get A. Prasanna, Chief Economist at ICICI Securities as well, into this discussion. Prasanna, would you concur with that view that we can't expect any rate cut today and the commentary will be dovish? Or do you think that, because of the dramatic fall that we've seen in crude prices lately, there is a minor chance of some rate action?
So our base case remains that there will be no rate action today, and I think RBI clearly after cutting rates last time, RBI said that they front-loaded the action. So that is the reason we don't expect any rate action today. And as far as crude prices are concerned, I think RBI would prefer to wait and watch. I think the market is extremely volatile now. So it's very difficult to say that crude prices will sustain here for the rest of the year. Now, of course, if they stabilize close to current levels, even if they go up somewhat from here, that will be a positive. So I think RBI will point to that as one of the positives. And the monsoon situation continues to be uncertain. So overall, what we think is that last time they increased their inflation estimate for January to 6% with upside risk. So this time we expect them to say that the estimate remains at 6%, but with balanced risk. So market may perceive that as dovish.
Okay. Pranjal, when do you think there would be a window of opportunity that does open up for the RBI to cut rates, and what would your house view be in terms of incremental rate cuts?
So if at all some possibility might arise for the rest of the calendar year, September and December are both important candidates for this. Global disinflation would probably be the biggest driver, and it's because it's not just oil prices, it's also food prices, metals, minerals, what have you. And these global prices can be very favorable not only for food inflation but also for core inflation. So that's one thing which could open up some slight space. The other thing on which we could actually find some mention in today's policy meeting is favorable government policy. Over the last few months, high MSP prices was one of the biggest risks, which has now gone out of the picture because the government was quite prudent there. And the other one thing which a lot of people are not talking about is the improved quality of fiscal spending. In 2 previous policy meetings, the governor has said that we really need to improve the quality of fiscal spending because that is what will augment the supply side and allow the RBI to meet the medium-term inflation target of 4%. So on the back of improved CapEx spending by the government and low global prices, we think a possibility of a final 25 bp might open up for the remainder of the calendar year. But honestly, at this point, nothing more than that, especially if RBI is serious about its 2018 inflation target of 4%.
Okay, that's interesting because that is the exact same point that Moody's has made, but they've sort of said that today's policy is when they expect to see a 25 basis points rate cut. I think they're the only outlier who believes that a rate cut is coming today, and the reason they state is similar, a cooling off of food inflation. But Prasanna, what is your own view on food inflation? How subdued do you think it could be going ahead, and how much of a mention would you expect in the policy today?
So as far as food inflation is concerned, I think there are two problem areas, right? I mean, one is, of course, perishables inflation, which is quite volatile, and much of it is seasonal. So every year around this time during monsoon, we see perishable prices going up and coming off. So what I think we have to watch out is whether the amplitudes are manageable. And this year it looks like it's not going to go out of hand, like say, for example, in 2013. Now, as far as the other part of food inflation which is worrying is it's protein inflation, and this year it's largely because of pulses. But even otherwise, structurally, protein inflation has been very high in India, and nothing has been done to tackle that. So we have government taking some short-term steps like import of pulses, but on a sustainable basis, I don't think any steps have been taken to bring down protein inflation. If you look at the other parts of food inflation, cereal inflation is already fairly low. So I think it's very difficult to expect cereal inflation to come off further. So overall, I think our sense is that food inflation over the last 2 years, the picture has improved at an aggregate level. And like we pointed out, there are pockets of concern. So in that sense, we think that this whole fear about monsoon is a bit overblown. So if RBI pays attention to food inflation and to the sowing data, I think even if monsoon continues to be uneven, I think RBI can look beyond that and take comfort from the fact that food inflation is not such a big worry as it was, say, 2 years back.
Okay. Prasanna, a lot of these emerging market currencies have come off and come under a lot of stress in the past couple of weeks, but most of them are commodity related and we are benefiting from the lower commodity prices. Do you think that in anticipation of the Fed rate hike move, whenever it could be September or beyond, the RBI will hold its fire just to assess the rupee volatility? Would that be a concern for them at all?
So I do think, I mean, that the Fed rate hike is such a big event that I think no central bank will be immune, or no economy will be immune from that, and therefore RBI as a responsible central bank will have to pay attention to that. But like you mentioned, I think clearly commodity currencies are suffering the most, and India is relatively insulated at this point of time. So my sense is I think rupee is pretty much where RBI wants it to be. And I think the way RBI will look at it is it's because of good macro policies, and this is something which the governor has been reiterating in the past also, that is the best defense for our currency. So I think the part of that good macro policy is holding real rates at an appropriate level. And I think that is how RBI will approach the situation, that as long as India doesn't enter into any monetary adventurism, I think rupee should be fine.
Okay, so Pranjal told us at best for the latter half of the year, for the rest of the year, she expects a 25 basis points rate cut. Nothing today though. What is your own expectation of how much we could hope to see for the rest of the year?
So at this point of time, our base case is that the repo rate has bottomed out. But of course, if commodity prices continue like this, oil prices kind of stabilize at close to current levels, then definitely I think some disinflation will be evident in India also, which means that at some point later in the year, a space for 25 basis points could open up.
And are you expecting, Pranjal, anything beyond a repo rate move? For example, maybe a move on the CRR, SLR, which you might be factoring in?
Well, not at this point. CRR is already very low, and the RBI has many other, on the other ways it can manage liquidity, as it has made clear over the last couple of months. So really no move on CRR. On SLR, well, it will be nice if over time we can bring it down. But at this point, we don't see really the confluence of forces bringing it down as yet. But over the medium term, yes, it would be nice to see the SLR come off.
Okay, Pranjal, Prasanna, thanks for joining us. So it could be a non-event today, no expectation as far as the rate cut is concerned. In fact, no rate cut is the expectation, and the commentary from the governor could be dovish. By the way, just take a look at